Hello makers, and welcome back to Making with Miss Dobras. All right, this is one of the heavily requested origami projects, and it is what I like to call a transforming star. And what's cool about this one is after you put it together, you can move it. You have to do it kind of gently, but if you put it together correctly, in the end, it moves together and you have a really cool 8-pointed star. This week we're focusing on origami stars. This is one of my favorite ones. It looks really good in 2 colors, but you can use any color, and it transforms from a star back into a circle or a donut, whatever you want to call it. This is modular origami, which means each of these different colors is 1 unit. And so this takes 8 units to put together, and each of the units slides into the other one to form this. I really like modular origami because it's almost like fitting together a puzzle piece, and you have to be patient, and along the way as you fold all the units you get better at folding. And so I like how it improves the quality of your folding, and also you get to kind of fit it together and figure out the challenge of it all. Okay, let's get to it. And as usual, safety first. I know you're going to be tempted to throw this across the room at your brother or sister or something, but don't do it. Safety first. These are very pointy and it can hurt someone. Plus, you're going to ruin your project if you throw it around. So this makes a great decoration in your room, but I would not throw it, okay? Be good, you guys. Be good out there. All right, to make a transforming star, you can use classic origami paper if you have it, and I recommend just using the cheap stuff because you'll probably mess up. Once you figure out how to do it, you can use nice origami paper, or you can use any kinds of square paper. I like to use these little Post-its that don't have sticky on them, but you could use regular Post-its as well, or if you don't have either of these, you can always just take a regular old piece of paper that's rectangular and cut it into squares. And I'm going to start by showing you that. So let's do that. All right, I've shown you this a lot this year, but I'm a firm believer that you do not need to spend a lot of money on fancy origami paper to do origami. First things first, if you want to turn a rectangle into a square, you take this upper corner and you bring it down to the bottom, and you want a nice point over here. You take your finger to the middle and you fold it out. And if you don't do a perfect fold, just refold it. It's just paper, okay? And then you turn this around, you cut off this edge, and when you do that, you have a square, all right? I like to save this for a bookmark or another project, but here we have a square. Now, if you want to make an 8-pointed origami star like this size, then this is too big. So we're going to cut this down into 4 squares about this size, okay? So, like I said, I'm going to be using some of this Post-it paper, but we can also just cut this down into 4 squares. So in order to do that, you just fold it in half horizontally by matching up those corners, and then you open it up, kind of like a book, and then you fold it over again, matching those corners. The better you fold it, the better your squares will come out. Now, if you can see those squares, I put this yellow one on so you can see it. There's 4 squares here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you can draw pencil lines with a ruler if you want to cut it out, but I just look at those lines and I cut straight across. So there we have it. We have turned a rectangular piece of paper into 4 little squares and a bookmark or a side piece. In order to do an 8-point star, you need 8 pieces of square paper. So I just have 4 here, but I'll need to cut another 4. All right, let's get started. Okay, for this 8-point transforming star, you need 8 pieces of square paper, and this size paper makes about this size star. So if you want to use regular origami paper, your star will be bigger. So you should experiment and do it in all different sizes. Okay, so I'm going to show you the basic fold for the first unit. First off, point towards your belly and do a diagonal fold in half. So get those points together and fold it in half. and then rotate it around and do it again. And you'll know you did it correctly when you have like an X in the middle and there's 4 triangle shapes. Okay, now we're going to fold it over horizontally in half. Okay, and we're going to open it up like a book, and we're going to take this top corner, doesn't matter which side you start with, and you're going to fold it down to the middle line. Okay, so I took this and I'm folding this edge to the middle line, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. A lot of origami is like that, where whatever you do on one side, you do on the other side. It's not always like that, but often. All right, so it kind of looks like the start of a paper airplane or something. And then we're going to take it and we're going to fold it right in half on top of itself. And so we have this shape, okay? I like to call this the pointy nose. And then on this side, if you open it up a little bit, there is a way to press this part down. So press this down, okay? And you kind of push it in like that, and it folds together. Okay, so that's the only hard fold in this. You push it in right there. So it's a push-in fold right there. And then I like to think of these like little birds, right? That's the nose, and these are the wings. And we need 8 of these origami units. And I would like to say don't skip any of the fold steps in the beginning, because when you fold them in half, that allows you to be able to push this in easily. Okay? All right, I'm going to have to fast forward this part because we need to do 8. All right, so we have 8 units, and they all look the same. I think 2 different colors look great in this project. So let's learn how to put it together. If you think of them like little birds flying in the same direction, that's how you can line them up. So if this is the nose and these are the wings, you fit the nose right in the middle of those wings. And the closer the better. You want to fit it in really snug, okay? And if you can see, this green wing goes over the pink. So you fold it over the pink, and then you open this up and put it in. So watch, we'll do it on the other side. So you're going to fold it over, and then you're going to open these up and you're going to fold it in. So when you open it up, it looks like there's 2 little edges right there folded in. And the more you can get folded in, the better. And that's why it's important that this fits really snug. So try to fit it in really well. And then you can test it. So I test each one. It should be able to slide, okay? You want to be kind of careful, but it should slide. If it doesn't slide, then something's wrong, okay? There we go. Now, just do it again. Again, put the nose right in there, right in the edge. Okay, line it up. And then one at a time, fold over those points and tuck them in, okay? And you want to fold over as much of it as you can. You want them to be really close, and that way it'll stay together. And then this one should be able to move, okay? And then we have this, so it's looking pretty good. We just have these last ones to do, okay? So I'm going to fold this one over, and then here's where you just want to make sure you get it between the pink and the green there. All right, I think I got it. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see if it works. Yes, I'm doing this live, so we'll see. So you see how I'm just tapping it? I'm not trying to shove it because sometimes it gets a little stuck. So I'm just pushing it, tapping it, and I'm turning it, I'm rotating it as I do it. Oh yeah. Nice. All right, that worked. I've done it a few times. But don't worry, if yours doesn't come out great the first time, use it as a learning experience. I always do the mess up round. You got to do a mess up round or maybe a few before you get it right, okay? But keep trying and you'll get it. Now, if you want to bring it back out, you have to be gentle with it and you just kind of pull it apart slowly. And the key thing is once you get your finger in there, you kind of rotate it around and you just push lightly. Don't force it. And it should open up if you did it right. There you go. All right, you guys, as usual, have fun with it. Experiment, use different colors, different kinds of paper, different sizes of square paper. And most importantly, unplug and do some art. All right, you guys, stay safe out there and keep on making. That's all for now.